Alright guys, today we are in the middle of the woods outside of Sweetwater, Tennessee. As you can see, I'm walking on a old railroad bed that's slowly being overtaken by the woods. If you look over here, and the overgrowth is starting to get a bit thick. I was last here during the winter time, and I had gotten pictures, but I didn't take actual video of it because it was very, very cold that day, and it started to snow. It was hailing when I went on these tracks, and it started to snow right when I left them. But where this is located, we're right outside of what is now known as the Lost Sea Adventure. Lost Sea Adventure is a cave system that was formerly known as Craighead Caverns that houses one of the largest underground lakes in the world. But we're not interested in the cave today. We're interested in this, which is a forgotten relic of the cave when it was known as Craighead Caverns. I'll walk a little bit further. But this attraction was a little train, and we're going to come up on it here in a few minutes. This train was used around the very early 1960s up until, I believe, the last date that it was used was around 1981 or 1982. I'm going to have to double check that to make sure that date's right. But this was apparently very popular with young children. It was a very popular attraction. And you can see that the railroad is not very long. It just loops around what's now known as the nature trail. It just takes a small loop. It doesn't go too far. And the incline wasn't too bad or anything. You could see we're not really walking uphill. It's just pretty flat. And I've found some pictures of this actually being used. I think it was in the late 70s this picture was taken. You could see down there is the nature trail. It's very hot today. It's 96 degrees. And the heat index is probably in the 100s right now. We're absolutely drenched in sweat. My mom's behind me. My mama just called on the phone and she's talking to her. She told me to go ahead and go up ahead of her while I was filming this. It's so good that I have understanding parents. Now there is some storm damage that we'll be walking through. Alright, so there is some storm damage that we're going to walk through. A lot of this is from probably that ice storm that we had back in February, and some of this will probably be from last week from that downburst that hit Sweetwater. Now this tree was already down when I was here that last time. I had found this by accident. I had known that train was here, but I didn't know about the railroad tracks. So I decided just to follow them that day. And I was surprised by how it went. Me and Mom actually tried to walk as far as we can, but there's just way too much overgrowth, and there are a lot of trees that had fallen over the tracks from this downburst. So we decided to go ahead and just end our walk, because the only way you can go around it is to walk through the woods. And the woods themselves in the area was filled with a lot of downed trees. And we could also see there's a lot of metal that was sticking out. See right here, this was the edge. That's probably part of the railroad tracks there. It's right in the middle of the woods. This right here is very pretty. I really like the way that this looks. I didn't bring my camera with me today. I did bring my cell phone. And I could smell this wood that's starting to rot. And it has weathered away a lot because we've had a lot of rain recently. And of course the recent, taking a picture of my phone, and then these recent, the ice storm that we had a snowstorm and an ice storm within a month apart of each other. And then we had the downburst. See, there's some mushrooms. Okay. Yeah, you could see there's a lot of mushrooms that's starting to grow. It's from where the wood is really damp and decayed. And plus, with it being Tennessee, it's very, very humid here in the spring and summer, especially during the summer because it gets so humid. I mean, it rains. We have summertime storms, and you would think it would cool it down, but no. Probably about 10 minutes afterwards, it gets extremely humid like it is right now. Literally, there is sweat just pouring off my face. My shirt, we've only been out here for barely 15 minutes, and my shirt is already drenched. It's not a pretty sight. But we're fixing to walk up on the train here in a minute. Look at this right here. This was a relic of the little railroad. There's some running water. Now, I don't know if this was a part of this little railroad or if it had to do with the Lost Sea itself. There are pipes that we've seen going around the gift shops. There's a little area where you could pan for gold, and there was water that come out of it. I don't know if it has to do with that or what. I think most likely it might have something to do with the railroad. I have a feeling it did. But there, it's a little train. Is it not cute? Look at that. I've seen pictures of it before. It looks a lot better than this. Right here was where the conductor would sit. And I've seen pictures. It looked kind of goofy seeing a grown man sitting right here in this seat. This seat has fallen off. You can see it's rotted, caved in. It's filled with trash. Yeah, let's go for a train ride. Well, what can you do? Everything's been taken out of it. Right, there used to be little train cars, right here that was attached. And then he would pull you. I think the ride started right in here in this little shed. Oh my lord, this is funny. This right here. This was inside the cave. This. Sure? There's lights. There's lights. They stuck this in the cave and they disguised it as a boulder. That's where some of the lights was at.
Oh, sweet.
There's some sinks.
Be careful with these snakes.
I know. There's just a lot of random junk. That's what I was talking about earlier. That
I don't have something.
It's just completely just piled full of random
What are they?
junk.
It's like sinks upside down.
Yeah, there's sinks. There's old sinks. I don't know. And right here you could see where there's
Yeah, be careful.
I will. There's these not sinks, but looks like racks that they put postcards on. There's one that's standing right here. You can probably barely see it. This looks almost like a coat rack. But there's some racks that they probably kept in the gift shops, really old ones. I could see one on the other side. That's pretty cool, whatever that was. Looks like some sort of a little rack. But that I can't really tell because it's upside down. There's some Christmas decorations. Why is there Christmas decorations? What is up with... Why is it always Christmas decorations? Me and Mom, we were watching Urbex videos earlier today. Every one of them had Christmas decorations. I said, why is that? And we're back to the little train. I don't know how much this attraction would have costed. Oh gosh. And Mom just revealed that her stay put makeup is not stay put.
It's not?
There's some that's kind of...
Is it streaking?
Yeah, just a little bit.
No.
See, her stay put makeup is not stay put. See, obviously these makeup companies don't know about Tennessee. They really don't. Let's look at it again. They used to have a light right there. Can you imagine what it sounded like if they sat there and they got the little horn on there? I bet it sounded so pitiful. This little toot toot. Yeah, and well, what was funny, the picture of it that I seen, the conductor, he was like right here, and he was sitting on a chair, and you could see him. He had his arms. There was a little. It looked like the levers and stuff that he used. You could see where he was sitting up, and his legs were sticking out over this. It looked really funny. I could fit in there. I could ride it just fine. See, there's the rest of that shed. Yeah, let me... Okay, hang on. Oh, there's spider web up there even. Calm down.
Let's go back on the trail.
Mom is scared of spiders. Just to let you all know. If you hear girlish screams, that's Mom. She's scared of spiders. I've had to protect her from them. Try to knock this one over.
And I got rid of my stick.
Hang on, I got one. There. Okay. Wonder what that was. Some sort of little rack. We could see all this junk on the outside of it. There's the rest of the railroad tracks. Ah, that's where the little...
We can go back this way.
Okay, hang on. That's where the train cart went that carried the kids around. Look at it.
That's nice to know.
Yeah, there it is.
It's like way separated from...
Yeah, it's way separated from the train. Yeah, I see it. Hang on, let me extend this thing. I don't want to walk through that junk. It's a rack of some sort. I don't know what it's for, though. I hear a clanking noise. It's just me getting this mount apart. Yeah, this held souvenirs. There's some old farming equipment. Yeah, there's some souvenirs, and these little jars held candy and stuff. Magic Ink Fun Center.